This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up? Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Place to hang out when every game is done, and this one just went final. The Dodgers shut out the Cubs as they return to the Ravine with a 3-0 victory, still undefeated at home, just like the Padres are in San Diego at Petco. So things still tight atop the National League West. I guess we could say the Dodgers are hanging in there. They're a half game back. Tonight was a pitcher's duel from beginning to end. We'll get into the details, and we will crown Tommy Edman the hero of this game. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. This game kind of felt like it would be different than the Tokyo series because the Cubs have been playing pretty good ball. They're 9-5 coming into this one, and have been putting up some pretty big numbers. 9-6, now 9-7. This is win number 11 for the Dodgers. So it felt like we were going to have kind of the game that we got. I'm becoming more comfortable and a bigger fan of Yamamoto this season than I was last season because he really is so dominant. He comes out and has complete command of all of his pitches, and it seems like it's nearly impossible to hit off this guy. And when he's pitching, it just feels like one or two is pretty much all you need. And that's what it was tonight. For the first 4 or 5 innings, there was just not much going on. 4 scoreless for Yamamoto. He had 6 Ks at that point, didn't allow a hit until the 4th. Dodgers' first hit came courtesy of Miguel Rojas. So it was all pretty tight. And the good news for the Dodgers, when you've got this kind of offense, even though some of these guys are, slump is not the right word, sporadic at best, up and down. I mean, you look up and down this lineup, and yes, they've all been good at times for a game or two here or there, but then, you turn right around and an offer is more than likely right around the corner for any number of these guys. Shohei, Freddie Freeman coming off of a brief stint on the IL. I think he was on the IL, but hasn't played. This was his 4th game of the season, hasn't played in a while. So he is still trying to find it. Struck out twice tonight. 0 for 3, did score a run. Tommy Edman, of course, the hero of this game. We'll get to that in a little bit. Will Smith, with that .324 batting average, still leads the team, but he was 0 for tonight. Conforto, 1 for 3. Pajes, 2 Ks, 0 for. As I said, Miguel Rojas had the first hit of the game, and the only Dodger with multiple hits on the night. And Mookie, 1 for 3. Teoscar, 1 for 4 with a run scored. So, when Yamamoto's doing that, just absolutely shutting down the opponent, because as per usual, the split finger was completely dominant and unhittable. The Dodgers don't need much. The problem for them tonight was Matthew Boyd was also locked in and dealing. He went 6, ultimately gave up 3 on 4 hits because it all came apart for him there in the 6th inning when Edman hit the home run. But he did have 7 Ks and 3 walks. Tommy Edman, that home run was a changeup down and in that, he didn't miss and seemed like batting practice as he was sitting there waiting on it.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
So not only did Tommy Edman hit the game-winning home run with 2 men aboard to make it 3-0 for the Dodgers, he now leads the league in homers with 6 home runs, surpassing, I believe, 3 other guys, including the Cubs' Kyle Tucker, who has 5 still. I was really kind of hoping that he didn't knock one out there in the ninth inning as he made the final out of the game against Tanner Scott, who had a nice outing for the save. He went 16 pitches, zeros across the board for him. Blake, zeros across the board, 14 pitches, and Kirby Yates was struck out 2 on 13 pitches. Also very, very good tonight. Practically unhittable. I guess this one is also fairly obvious.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I mean, it was scoreless until Tommy Edman poked that ball out of the yard. So it has to be at that point. I mean, I guess you could go a few hitters prior to Tommy Edman when the rally started. I think the 6th inning, without a doubt, is the turning point of this game. It's when the Dodgers started to get things rolling, got men on base for Tommy Edman, and he hit the game-winning home run, his 6th of the season, 423 feet, which was surprising. I didn't think it went that far. Usually when it goes down the left field line like that, it's not that big of a bomb, but this one was. Will Smith had walked to get on base, and Teoscar had, that came after the home run. Teoscar had singled, and then Freddie got plunked. So those were the 2 men on for Tommy Edman there with that game-winning home run. Also, another reason that he's the player of the game was that stupendous acrobatic spinorama defensive play at second base. They kind of made a big deal about it, but I feel like everyone is just getting so used to what Tommy Edman does everywhere on the field. They commented how Dave Roberts stated that, he didn't want to slight Tommy Edman in any way, but made the comment that he's so much better than I thought he was. And I think many of us feel that way. He can do everything. He's so solid. He's so level-headed. He puts the ball in play. He can play outfield with a great arm. He can play infield with a great glove. He does everything. I mean, that spinorama play at second base, the ball was fisted off the label to the right side, and he was kind of playing more towards second base, closer up the middle. So he had to retreat to his left, field the ball, jump and spin, and then throw to Freddie at first base on a dime. It's so hard when you are spinning through the air to throw the ball straight. I mean, that ball could have ended up in the stands. Well, maybe not that bad, but it could have strayed left or right very, very easily. And we would have all thought, well, makes sense. That's a tough play, without a doubt. But he is just fantastic. What is Jeff saying here? Something no one mentioned. They don't get Suzuki out on that play if Edman hadn't sprinted over to first base to be where he was supposed to be. Yeah, another very good point. I mean, he does all the things right. He's just got a head for the game. He is always where he's supposed to be. And I don't want to put too much pressure on, our expectations of him. He's going to have a bad game. He's going to make some mistakes, right? But more than likely he'll make up for it sooner before later. Just a fantastic player, and so happy he's on my team. Joe made the comment, maybe it was Karos, but it's something that a lot of people think all the time, especially LA Clipper fans, when it comes to a player like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is as far as I'm concerned, MVP of the league this year. Clipper fans are like, what the hell were the Clippers thinking trading him for Paul George? Cardinal fans are probably doing the exact same thing when it comes to Tommy Edman at this point of the season. What the hell was the Cardinals front office thinking getting rid of that guy? It happens all the time, but this time to our benefit. So welcome to LA, Tommy. We are glad that you're going to be here for a while. Win number 11 for the Dodgers versus 4 losses, 3-0 the final. We'll take the break and come back and get a little bit more into Yamamoto's pitching performance, which was just lights out. My wife popped into the game a little bit, and she was like, 0-0. This is boring. And I was like, yeah, kind of. But, if you are an aficionado of the game, you appreciate. And I've had that feeling as well. Scoreless ties, a pitcher's duel can be boring, but they can also be really brilliant to watch. And that's what we saw tonight. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. We appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by our friends at Supply House. Supply House. Is it Supply House or Supply House? Get the supplies you need for the site that is made for skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. And that can be a huge factor in getting a job done on time. Sometimes, you know what the problem is, you know how to fix it, but you can't get your hands on the parts. And when it comes to having those parts ready and available for you, Supply House can get it done. Need help with an order? Supply House offers an expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Masters program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage of the Trade Masters program. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Masters program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Use the promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. So the Dodgers get back to winning, get back to comfortable wins. I mean, this game to me was a solid, dominant performance. No errors, a spectacular pitching performance from Yamamoto. 9 Ks over 6 innings. Splitter, four-seam splitter, four-seam cutter. Or maybe it was cutter, four-seam. But yeah, it felt like the fastball was absolutely dialed into the zone. At one point, Joe pointed out that 21 of 27 of his fastballs were in the strike zone. And, we've seen nothing but brilliance from him with the cutter and the splitter. The splitter obviously is his hammer. And, really, honestly, it's hard to tell them apart at times when they're both working. They are both so dominant and really, really unhittable. The bottom falls out of him, and it has guys just guessing all over the place. So he was out there tonight, working, looking good, comfortable, and barely broke a sweat. It just didn't seem like they had any shot of getting on base against him. What did he give up? 2 hits, I think. Because the bullpen didn't give up any. So 2 hits on the night for Yamamoto in the win. He's now 2-1, only 1 walk. Another part of his brilliant performance. The bullpen again was flawless. Ohtani 0 for tonight, struck out twice. He looked just baffled by Boyd, but a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that it's lefty on lefty, and most of the time lefties don't face lefties. But when you're Freddie Freeman or Shohei Ohtani, they overlook that and run him out there and, hope for the best. And Shohei tonight just was, swinging at pitches that almost hit him. And there was one at bat where he was fouling balls off, and he was fouling him off his hands, and just balls were going everywhere, hit the catcher. He's apologizing to everybody. I mean, he was so off balance and not good tonight. But I'm sure tomorrow he'll come out and hit, a home run with a double and a single and be 3 for 4 because that's what Ohtani does. Mookie Betts 1 for 3 tonight. Looked as good as always. Batting average up over 300, 311. The OPS is 937, so he's taking care of business. Teoscar 1 for 4, 281, slugging it at 596. Freddie 0 for 3. Batting average down to 200 for him. And Tommy Edman After the home run and the 3 RBI, he's got a slug of 603, and the on base is 290. Will Smith, his numbers are coming back to earth, but his batting average still at 324. 1 strikeout, 1 walk tonight for him, slugging it at 459 and on base of 479. Conforto looked good. He always looks good, but hasn't been doing a whole lot at the plate. Had a hit tonight, 1 for 3. His average at 220. Chris Taylor got an at bat, he's batting 143. And Andy Pages, 0 for 3, 2 Ks, and popped one out to the second baseman. Had a conversation with our friend Jeff from Locked On Dodgers, and he pointed out to me that calling him Pull Happy Pages is not fully accurate. Hence, for example, the pop out to the second baseman, which is not a pull of the ball. Jeff's explained to me or enlightened me on some very, very deep stats that 3 of Andy Pages' 7 hits have been pulls. So that means 4 of his 7 hits have gone to the right side. So 1 tick over 50%. But the home runs, which were solid, good hits, were Pull Happy Pages, which is what he does. Not tonight, but that's where he's most comfortable. I still feel like it's long, it's loopy, it is, not tight, doesn't bring the hands inside. Hands are casting. You could see tonight the strikeouts. He was a day late. So I 159 batting average, 2 home runs. Okay, fine. I don't know if they're going to work on his swing at all at any point in time. I was talking to my buddy who is James Outman's uncle, and he said that they've changed Outman's swing down in AAA. It's not working yet. He's still trying to find his way, batting under 200 thus far this season. So, it's not like he changed his swing and everything is locked in and he's red hot. He's still trying to figure it out. I'm like, I wonder why they don't do that with Andy Pages. His swing desperately needs some work. It's not all bad, but it could be fine tuned to be sure. I don't know. At some point, they probably, I would assume, have to tweak that swing a little bit. I don't know. Unless he just starts yanking balls out of the yard all the time, right? Then we'll be like, shut up, Pete. You don't know what you're talking about. And I'll be like, you're right, I don't. Miguel Rojas, again, 2 hits tonight, batting 185. So a clean win for the Dodgers, 3-0. Unfortunately, Padres won as well. And I know we shouldn't be looking at standings at this point of the season. It's pretty irrelevant, but just for the sake of being, informative, I will share with you the standings of the National League West. Padres are in first by themselves, 11-3. Enjoy it while it lasts. Fathers, 8-0 at home, 3-3 on the road. Giants off to a hot start as well. They've won 8 of 10. They're 10-3 and a half game back of the Padres, just like the Dodgers, 11-4, half game back. The Diamondbacks 7-7, 4 back. And the Rockies are in the basement where they'll be all season, 3-10. To start this season. So all is well for the Dodgers as they get ready for game 2 of this series against the Cubbies. Tomorrow, another night game, and let's see who gets the start. A little earlier tomorrow, 6:10, it'll be Roki Sasaki versus Ben Brown, and we'll be here right afterwards to break it down for you on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince on the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. That's Monday through Friday. So you're stuck with me for the weekend. I don't know if they've done their pod for today yet. Maybe they have one more for you this week before the weekend. So make sure you check that out. Jeff and Vince on the Locked On Dodgers Daily podcast right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for the comments. We will talk tomorrow. Take care.